Welcome to FPGA Forge. I'm Chris, and today we're going to walk through opening your very first Vivado project. Today we'll be using the Nexys A7 board from Digilent. The Nexys A7 features an AMD Arctic 7 FPGA with tons of features. We're going to start by firing up Vivado. To start our very first project, we're going to click on Create Project. We're going to use the wizard to create our project. First thing we have to do is choose a name for our project. I'm going to name my project Base RTL. I'm going to click the Create Project subdirectory, which will create a directory inside my projects folder. Then I'm going to click the Next button. Next, we have to decide what kind of project we're going to do. We're going to do an RTL project, and we're not going to specify the sources at this time because we haven't created them. We're going to click Next. The next thing we do is we need to pick our board. So here I'm going to click on Boards. I'm going to click on Vendor. My board is an Arctic A7, so it comes from Digilent. It's a good idea to actually use the refresh button to refresh the catalog to make sure we have all the items in there in case your board is brand new and it might not be listed. Now that the catalog is refreshed, we're going to go find our board. My board is the Nexys A7-100T. Now, one thing we're going to do is we want to look at our board to make sure we have the right revision. Here we have the revisions that are listed. Mine happens to be a D. And I know that because in the back of my board it says revision D right here. So now that we're sure we have the right board revision, we're going to go ahead and select that, and then we're going to hit Next. Our new project summary shows that we have the right board, default part, Arctic A7. We're going to go ahead and click the Finish button, and that should open up our new project. Now, the very first thing that we want to do is we want to add a constraints file. So we're going to go over here, we're going to click on Constraints and Sources. We're going to right click, we're going to click on Add Sources. This brings up the Add Sources wizard. We're going to add or create constraints. Click on Next. We're going to click on Add Files, and then we're going to navigate to where we have stored our constraint files. So under here I have all the constraint files for all the Digilent products. I'm going to choose the Nexys A7-100T master.xdc file. Click OK. I'm going to click Finish, and we'll see that our restraint file is right here. We can go ahead and click that open, and we can see all the constraints are in here. They're all commented out in case you don't want to use all of them for a project. All we have to do to uncomment them is just remove this pound sign, like I am for the clock. And then we want to make sure we hit the Save button. That concludes this tutorial. This tutorial was just to show you how to open up a Vivado project, select a board, load it, and add the constraints files. So we called this project Base RTL, and the reason we did that is so we can start from this position when we start a new project, and we won't have to do the setup or add the constraints file. It makes a convenient starting point for every project. That concludes this video. Like and subscribe for more FPGA projects.